Today's incident will wake up your soul. Please watch the incident till the end. Assalamu alaikum friends, hope you all are well. Dear friends, today I want to tell you about a pregnant woman. Her brother buried her alive when she was pregnant. So friends, why did his brother bury her like this? And then, what happened to that pregnant woman is your video. I will tell you. And for that, you must watch this video till the end. And if you haven't liked this video, then definitely like it. So let's get started, guys. Here are some name changes you can see. This incident was brought up by a person named Nasim. Nasir says it happened 4 years ago today. Me and my friends used to steal together. After the theft, we hid separately. I used to read so that the police can't catch us. Once we robbed a bank. After the robbery, my friend and I tried to escape. My friends managed to run away, but I couldn't. I was caught by the police. The police followed me. I started running in many pairs and different roads. At one point, I was successful. I was able to escape in the eyes of the police. Then I got on a bus and went away and fell down. I didn't know anything about where I landed. I had only one thought. The police did not catch me again. That's where I landed. It was a very quiet area. No houses could be seen until far away. There was a cemetery in front. I walked near that cemetery and reached. The night moon was very big and bright, making everything very clear. I thought that tonight I would spend in this cemetery and leave here in the morning. Nasser said I am a very brave man. I'm not afraid of anything very easily, but that night I was very scared. That night I decided that I will not henceforth do any work that may endanger life. I wasn't a very bad person. I was just luckily bad, trapped among friends. I lay next to a grave in that cemetery. I had a sheet that was very thick. The sheet is on. I was about to lie down when suddenly I heard a sound. It was a girl's voice saying, "Brother, don't kill me. I didn't do anything. Don't kill me. I'm not a criminal." Hearing this sound, I was shocked. I removed the sheet from my body and looked where this noise was coming from. In front, 4 or 5 boys are dragging a girl to the cemetery. One of the boys said, "The honor of our brothers did not shame you to settle with the ground. We thought you were at aunt's house. But now I know that you are an illegitimate child indulging in haram relations, making your belly bigger." A boy was holding the girl, and the rest were busy digging graves to carve a grave. Then they threw the girl alive in the grave and covered her with earth, started giving. Seeing all this, I was losing my mind. I felt very upset. One of them said, "Hurry up, who will see?" They quickly buried the girl and left. After burying the girl alive in the grave, they fled from there. I jumped up and came near that grave. In their haste, the men had left the spade there. I quickly started opening the grave because I saw her buried alive. My whole effort was to have that girl get out of there alive. Then the scream of the girl. I heard the voice from inside the grave. I'm sure then that the girl is still alive. I used all my strength to open the grave quickly. I was not a good servant. I was an ordinary person. But if someone else is in my place, if it happened, he would not have been able to bear it. According to him, no one could ever be as bad as this girl's brother was. Where is the mentality of burying someone alive? I dig graves, I took it and let it leak a little in one place so that it was close to the girl. Oxygen continues to arrive, but suddenly that girl stopped screaming, Jello, and I got scared. I thought he was dead. I tried to hear his voice. My whole body was shaking with fear. No sound came for a long time, so I started to worry a lot, but suddenly my thoughts had to be freed. Because a sudden from the cemetery, I heard the baby crying. I got nervous and started thinking, where is this child's voice coming from and how inside the grave? So where did this child come from if it was a girl? I'm scared. I was not a slave, but at that time I was very scared. And the girl's screams started coming to my ears. Means the girl was alive. I was lost in thought about everything. My interest to know started to increase, but to pay so much attention to it, there was no time for me to carve my grave. The girl must be taken out. I mustered up my courage once more. I began to carve graves, but when I carved graves, I did as if the ground moved from under my feet. Because of the grave, a newborn baby was lying inside, and that girl is in the grave was falling. It didn't take me long to realize that the girl was this kid who gave birth. I dare that child and that girl. I took it out of the grave. I used the sheet I had with me. I covered the girl's body. The girl was not doing much better. It was very difficult. And the baby was crying. I understand something. I could not do that. Suddenly, I saw a car on the road. I left that child and that girl and ran quickly towards that road. I signaled the car to stop. I don't know how, but even at night they stopped at my signal. But they were afraid. I told them I and my wife passed by this graveyard while going. Suddenly my wife started feeling pain and her delivery done. I asked them to help us. The people came with me to verify my words. Then came that girl. The child understood everything, and they believed me. One of them said that it is important to help these people because they are now in danger. They helped us, and that girl and her baby was taken to the hospital. The money I stole from the bank, when I asked for his share from my companions, they told me gave that money. I took the girl to that secret place where I stayed. I went and asked the girl about the whole incident. He then started talking about himself. He said, "My name is Sidra. I was a holy girl. One day returning home from college, a boy followed me. That boy is a piece of paper to me, Dilo, in which it was written that he loves me, and below is his number. It was DEI. I first agreed to the DEI boy. But I don't know how did the devil tempt me that I finally belonged to that boy. Call the number." After that, our conversation started. This time it was time to meet. I had 4 brothers. They were working. When he went out, I would call him home. Someone at home was not. We also committed that sin after Satan's turn. We shouldn't have done that. And now I am getting the punishment for that, as the illegitimate part of the boy was growing inside me. I told my aunt about the situation, and she listened attentively. Concerned about my honor, she took me to the doctor. However, it was too late, as the doctors informed us that terminating the pregnancy would endanger my mother's life. I tried to communicate with the boy and asked him to send a marriage proposal, but he cruelly rejected me, calling me names. My aunt warned me that my brothers would not hesitate to harm me if they found out. To protect me, she pretended to be ill and convinced my brothers to let me stay with her. Despite their initial reluctance, my aunt managed to persuade them, and I moved into her house where her son and daughter also resided. I was forced to share my story with them, and I spent 9 months of pregnancy under my aunt's care. However, on the day of delivery, my brother unexpectedly appeared at my aunt's house, discovered the truth, and decided to bury me alive in a grave. As I struggled for breath and went into labor, I prayed fervently to Allah, repenting for my sins and seeking forgiveness. I vowed never to stray from the righteous path and begged for mercy. In that moment of despair, I clung to my faith in Allah, believing that He would save me. Despite the dirt being piled on my grave, I trusted in Allah's plan. Just when I thought all hope was lost, you arrived and rescued me, providing a glimmer of hope in the darkness of the grave. I marveled at the irony of my child taking their first breath in such dire circumstances, realizing the gravity of my past transgressions. I acknowledged my negligence towards Allah and vowed to never stray again, seeking forgiveness for all my sins and expressing gratitude for His mercy and intervention in my darkest hour. Nasser, moved to tears by my tale, reminded me of the valuable lesson this ordeal had taught me, prompting me to reflect on the profound impact of my experiences. I was also a part of this incident. At that time, I also repented from sin, and to marry that girl, I decided I married the girl only for Allah Ta'ala, for satisfaction purposes, so that Allah may forgive my sins. Now I am a man of knowledge. Now I know a lot about Islam. I know something, and my wife teaches women, and so it is. We are living a happy life, realizing now that in life now illumined by the light of God. Friends, how do you like this video? Be sure to tell in the comment box. See you in the next video. Until then, you will be well, and may God bless you.
Have you ever wondered how a single moment can completely alter the course of your life? Change, in its most fundamental form, is the very essence of life. It's the turning of the seasons, the ebb and flow of the tides, the rise and set of the sun. It's the constant rhythm that shapes and molds our existence. Change is inevitable, it's unending, and it's the only constant in this ever-evolving world. Yet the most profound changes are often those that occur within us. These changes are invisible to the naked eye, but they shape our perception, our understanding, our very essence. They transform us not physically, but spiritually and emotionally. One might wake up as the same person every day, but with each passing moment, with every breath we take, we are changing. We are learning, growing, evolving. We are not the same person we were a minute ago, an hour ago, a day ago, and it's this perpetual transformation that makes life such an extraordinary journey. Sometimes, these changes are subtle, almost imperceptible. Other times, they are seismic shifts that rock our world, causing us to question, to reflect, to seek. These moments of intense change often come in the form of spiritual awakenings. A spiritual awakening is a profound shift in consciousness, a moment of clarity that illuminates our path. It's a transformation that transcends the physical, reaching deep into the very core of our being. It's a change that challenges us to seek beyond the material, beyond the superficial, to uncover the profound and timeless truths that lie within us all. These spiritual awakenings, these profound changes, have the power to alter the course of our lives. They can turn despair into hope, confusion into clarity, and pain into peace. They can lead us on a journey of self-discovery, of growth, of evolution, a journey that brings us closer to our true selves, to our purpose, to our essence. Now let us delve into some real-life stories of individuals who experienced profound life changes. Once upon a time, there was a man who felt lost and disconnected from the world around him. This man had all the trappings of worldly success, a thriving career, a beautiful house, a loving family, but something was missing. There was a void deep within him that he couldn't fill, no matter how hard he tried. He was living, yet he felt like a spectator of his own life. Life for him was like a ship without a compass, sailing aimlessly in the vast ocean of existence. His heart yearned for something more profound, something more meaningful. He felt an insatiable thirst for a purpose that the superficial pleasures of the world failed to quench. One day, tired of the monotony and the emptiness that was gnawing at his soul, he decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. He sought solace in the quiet corners of the world, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. He sought answers in the silence of the mountains, in the whispers of the wind, in the rhythm of the flowing rivers. He turned to introspection and prayer, seeking guidance from the divine. He began to understand the fragility of life and the transient nature of worldly possessions. He discovered that true happiness lies not in materialistic gains, but in the peace and contentment of the soul. As he embraced spirituality, he felt a transformation. The chaos within him began to settle. The noise of the world began to fade, replaced by a serene melody. He found a sense of direction, a purpose that gave meaning to his existence. He found peace in prayer, solace in solitude, and joy in helping others. His heart was no longer an empty vessel, but filled with love, compassion, and gratitude. Embracing spirituality didn't change his circumstances. He still had the same job, the same house, the same family. But it changed his perspective, his outlook towards life. He was no longer lost in the maze of existence, but had found his path, his purpose. And so, the man who once felt lost found his path and purpose. In a world driven by materialism, there was a successful business mogul who seemingly had it all. Power, prestige, and possessions, all in abundance. He had climbed the corporate ladder, built a business empire, and amassed a wealth that would make Midas envious. He lived in a world where one's worth was measured by the size of their bank account, and by that metric he was indeed a king. But as he sat atop his golden throne, he couldn't shake a feeling of hollowness, a void that his material wealth could not fill. He had the finest clothes, the fastest cars, the most lavish homes, but found no joy in them. He had been caught up in a whirlwind of materialistic pursuits, but in the quiet moments, when the noise of the world faded, he felt an emptiness within. And then, in the midst of his opulence, a spiritual awakening occurred. It was subtle at first, a whisper in the wind, a flutter in the heart, but gradually it grew stronger, louder, until it couldn't be ignored. He began to question the purpose of his existence beyond the accumulation of material wealth. He started to contemplate the meaning of life, the essence of happiness, and the nature of fulfillment. He discovered that the riches he had amassed were transient, fleeting, and ultimately unfulfilling. His heart yearned for something more profound, more lasting, more meaningful. He realized that there was a richness that material wealth could not provide, a wealth of the soul, a spiritual wealth. He embarked on a spiritual journey, seeking answers, seeking truth, seeking fulfillment. He studied religious texts, engaged in prayer and meditation, and sought the guidance of spiritual mentors. He found a new purpose, a new direction, a new meaning to his life. And in this pursuit of spiritual wealth, he found a joy, a peace, a fulfillment that his material wealth had never provided. He discovered a richness that was not measured in the size of his bank account, but in the depth of his soul. He found a wealth that was not transitory, but eternal, not superficial, but profound. The mogul, once consumed by material wealth, found true richness in his spiritual journey. These stories are not isolated incidents, they represent a broader phenomenon. A spiritual awakening is an enlightening experience that can dramatically alter the course of one's life. It's like a light bulb moment, a sudden realization that there is more to life than what meets the eye. It's a shift in consciousness, a profound transformation that can redefine an individual's perception of reality. When we delve into the realm of spirituality, we embark on a journey of self-discovery. This journey often leads to a deeper understanding of our true selves, our purpose in life, and our place in the universe. It's like finding the missing piece of a puzzle, a piece that completes the picture and brings a sense of wholeness and fulfillment. The impact of spiritual awakening on one's life can be transformative. It can change the way we perceive ourselves and others, how we relate to the world around us, and how we approach life's challenges. It can inspire us to let go of negative patterns, to embrace positivity, and to live in harmony with ourselves and others. Spiritual awakening can also bring about a sense of inner peace. It can help us find calm amidst the storm, to find solace in silence, and to find strength in vulnerability. It's like finding an oasis in a desert, a sanctuary where we can retreat from the chaos of the world and find tranquility. Moreover, spiritual awakening can lead to a heightened sense of empathy and compassion. It can inspire us to be kinder, to be more understanding, and to be more loving. It's like seeing the world through a new lens, a lens that allows us to see the beauty in others and to see the interconnectedness of all life. So, whether it's a subtle shift in consciousness or a dramatic transformation, the impact of spiritual awakening can be life-changing. It can lead to personal growth, self-improvement, and a deeper understanding of life and the universe. Indeed, a spiritual awakening can be a powerful catalyst for change. As we have seen, life changes can come in many forms, and sometimes they stem from a spiritual awakening. Our journey today took us through various stages of life and transformation. We started with the power of change, understanding that change is not only inevitable but also necessary for growth. We then delved into the story of the lost soul, a figure wandering aimlessly through life, burdened by the weight of existential uncertainty. This narrative underscored the reality that many individuals face, the feeling of being lost, of lacking direction. Yet it also highlighted the possibility of finding one's path through a spiritual awakening. We moved on to the tale of the materialistic mogul, a character consumed by worldly possessions and ambitions. This narrative served as a cautionary tale of the emptiness that can accompany material success when it's devoid of spiritual fulfillment. It reminded us that spiritual awakening can provide a sense of purpose that material wealth often fails to deliver. Following this, we explored the impact of spiritual awakening. We saw how this enlightening experience can lead to profound life changes, fostering inner peace, contentment, and a deeper understanding of one's place in the world. It can serve as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation, offering a renewed sense of purpose and direction. In essence, these narratives emphasize the transformative power of spiritual awakenings. They illustrate how such experiences can lead to profound life changes, helping individuals find their purpose, achieve inner peace, and foster personal growth. These stories remind us that spiritual awakenings can serve as a beacon of light in the darkness, guiding us towards a path of fulfillment and contentment. So we ask again, have you ever wondered how a single moment can completely alter the course of your life? Perhaps it's time for a spiritual awakening.